Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today I'm going to talk to you all about Full House. That's the sequel to MicroMacro Crime City, because this is MicroMacro Crime City Full House. This is the 2021 release to the 2020 SPIEL.digital award-winning game MicroMacro Crime City. And out of interest, this game, as you can see, is the original edition. It's the first edition, and the difference being is the fact it doesn't have the SPIEL.digital logo on it. Now, just to quickly show you some other first editions that I have, of which there are numerous. We have code names. Again, there's no logo on there for 2015, 2016, again, and also the first edition of Azul, which is obviously hard to get to some people. That's my plan B, not next move. But the 1999 edition, it does cost more money to have the logo on there because you massively increase your amount of sales. And yeah, SPIEL.digital is, there's a playlist I've got on the channel, over 20 different games on there since it came out in 1979. And it's all about basically games which are replayable, fun, easy to play, and ultimately games you can play with your family. So high replayability. So what are the differences between MicroMacro Crime City and MicroMacro Full House? Well, the best thing to start off with is just turning over the box. And that is because it has a trigger warning on the back of MicroMacro Full House. It's also 12+, just like MicroMacro. It plays in the same amount of time and for the same amount of players. Now, I must admit, aside from the Lego changing, I would say this is a very good game to play solo. If you want to play it with more players, you are definitely peering over the map. There's one reason why I've kept hold of my copy, a few reasons in fact. Some people are selling theirs on. It does say, you might want to keep hold of it for future opportunities. I'll get onto that in a moment. So like I said, there's a trigger warning. It's down here. And this trigger warning is about the fact that, yes, it contains physical and emotional violence, eroticism, death, a spider, and other animals that may cause fears or disgust. So anything that can cause you a bit of a nasty thought, maybe this isn't for you. It does involve death, of course, and it does involve potentially suicide or something like that. So please be aware of that and consider that before wanting to play such a game. So again, same like the other game, there's a spoiler alert, watching out for that. There's something going on here. It's basically telling us a little bit about what you want to do. Again, there's information here telling you about, obviously, if you're a parent or otherwise, maybe play the case first and then see if you want to do it. You could definitely colour it in. I'm very keen. I haven't seen anyone actually colouring theirs in yet. And we'll talk about that in a moment as well. So it comes with a sticker, like the original does as well, and it comes with a magnifying glass. So this magnifying glass allows you to peer into the map, otherwise it can be a bit tricky, even obviously from this height, but of course right now you can kind of see it's seeing things a bit clearer. And that's the first reason why you want to hold on to this. Two people can do it rather than swapping things around. So I won't stick that on there now, but let's open up this map. Now the other thing is, like the original, the game itself comes with these cases wrapped up in shrink, which means you'll have to go through and individually put these in here, these 16 things, like the original has as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just check it out, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, just whilst I'm just sorting out some of this, please ensure you hit the like button. Please ensure you comment as well, comment on YouTube, let me know your thoughts. Check out the description, there's Instagram as well, you can see over 2,000 different pictures, of course on YouTube. Please subscribe if you haven't already and hit the notification bell. There's over 600 different videos. It's the most or second most amount of videos outside America. Videos that are on there to do with board games, and there are loads more coming, over 40 due. Aside from that, loads more board games are on the way as well. So loads more new things, brand new games, unreleased games as well, including some exclusives. So in this instance, there's this intro case, and we just move it out of camera just to make sure. Yeah, so basically you're going to find this person at this certain location, and if you flip the card over, it'll tell you basically to show you where roughly on the map it's going to be. It's also got a little sombrero to relate to the exact case that you're looking for, and there's certain other bits you might want to consider, whether or not, of course, it might be suitable for you. So, aside from that, they're going to increase in complexity, and yes, some games can take you under 5 minutes, some games can take you that full 45 minutes. Another reason I've held on to this is I've tried to ration myself with MicroMacro, as it's so good, I'm trying not to play it every day, and whilst I was playing it back in March of this year, March 2000, and well actually of 2020, I've actually deliberately held back wanting to just try and play it all because it's kind of a one-shot game. Having said that, having had some time apart, it's nice to come back to the game and actually realise, actually, I can try and redo some of these cases as I can recall a little bit, but not exactly the whole story. And there's a couple of them which I rushed and didn't get a full score. There's also more complexity variants whereby you don't actually know much at all other than the title. you don't know, for example, if there is a suspect. You might have to try and see if there is a suspect and whatever the questions might well be. So as you can see, there's a few more cards. We're talking up to like 9 different things you're trying to find out here. This one's got 15 different things. My goodness, that's a lot of things you need to try and work out. So you're going to grab these cards, and of course, relevant to this one is this is money. So you're going to have to put all these cards into a specific location. Now, again, also on the channel and also on the description, you'll find links through to the Facebook group and also through to Patreon. So if you enjoy the content and you want to see more, by all means, I'm looking forward to your suggestions. There are various options on Patreon, and if you want to know some more, please do ask. I reply very quickly to those responses as well. Now, something neither of these games still have, which I'm still surprised at, is it doesn't have any counters. This is really annoying because when you're going along a place, oh, hang on, where on earth was that place? You use your fingers, got to mark it. It's got various different cubes and things. I like these clear disc containers just so I can kind of exactly see what I'm looking for. There are other things I've got here which you can use to mark as well. But again, it's like, are you covering it? Are you talking about the bottom left-hand corner? Where are you looking relating to that cube? I've got different colours as well, which can help actually to do with certain cases. Maybe there's multiple cases or multiple people you're trying to follow, and it just allows you to look into it. The maps are the same size maps, so they're 75 by 110. Large maps, large table. You might have seen if you've been on the channel a while, this is the 3rd different table I'm now on at least to go through these various different cases. Now, I don't know if there's going to be any promos for this. There are some stuff I've done online as well. In addition to that, there is a whole new set of promos which you can print off and get a PDF, but I've got the physical copy here. Thanks very much to the person who gave me that. And that has been pretty much a quick overview for the game MicroMacro Full House. In terms of how it compares, well, we've got a longer length cases going on here. Obviously, it can be a bit biased to say you're only going to be using one of these different magnifying glasses. But in terms of how it compares, well, you know, I could definitely do a playthrough if you find that of interest, if you don't think it's a spoiler. Naturally, it's going to be tricky for you to see the detail because of obviously how far away the camera is going to be. But aside from that, this is very much an overview, again, not a full review, but unboxing, preview, teaser, which I also have in that playlist, just to give you a nice background information into what I think about MicroMacro Full House, of course, that's Crime City Full House, and the comparison and whether it's for you. Ultimately, by the way, just to let you know, I have seen inside this of other copies as well, so I can say that I'm not saying I prefer it. I'm just saying if you like MicroMacro Crime City, this is for you. There's nothing here that you're not going to like that you wouldn't have liked from this one, and vice versa. If you are not interested in trying to find stuff, if you're not interested in that Where's Wally, or if in America based on the IP, you can't call it that, it's going to be Where's Waldo. That, like I said, did come originally from a German painting. So it's gone from Germany, a bit like George Lucas films, of course, going over to Japan and coming back again. Because of John Ford and the Western becoming obviously Akira Kurosawa's staple, over there, Hidden Fortress, back to Star Wars. So if you want to see something like that, that's a whole other matter. But if you want to try and discover what's going on here, well, here we go. As you can see, similar layout, similar grid. We've got, in this case, we've got to try and find this ice cream vendor, which here's the ice cream vendor, you've got to find that. You've got to find out, well, who murdered him. So again, you can use that magnifying glass. Let's just see if we can zoom in and obviously use the camera instead. So he's walked along here. Well, we don't know where he is. There he is. So over here. And then where else has he gone? Well, we can't see him anywhere there. Is he down here? Oh, he's down here. And then what's happened to him? Okay, so he's down here. He's dead. There's baseball bats. Well, who's carrying? This guy's carrying a baseball bat. And that person has now actually robbed off. So who has been doing it? Well, now you look at the solution. And yes, in this case, the ice cream vendor ran out of the thingy, apparently, heading south. And has followed, and that's basically the solution. We found exactly what needed to happen. Apologies, the zoom has just gone a bit, but there we go. So that has been an overview for the Pegasus Spiele game MicroMacro Full House. You can find a playlist for also other Pegasus Spiele games, as well as everything else on the channel under how to set up, play, and review. Hope you found it of interest. I look forward to speaking to you again very soon.